These guys are my superheroes. Love them. They are a true blessing to our department.
Excited to have a very thriving chaplain program here. We're blessed to have Rich Carroll, Brett Gilchrist, and Steve Hill here serving as our chaplains.
It is a good day, and as a chaplain here, we are available, make ourselves available to the department to provide any kind of support and encouragement and help for anyone connected to EPD, or I should say all the employees of EPD. One of the big things is building relationships with the officers and with the department employees so they get to know us and who we are, and so that when times would come up, there might be a need for greater support. And one of the things I just enjoy doing is being able to coming alongside of people, to listening, to understanding, provide some kind of helpful, hopefully wise counsel and support, both emotionally, spiritually, relationally with them. And so it's been kind of when Brett asked me if I would consider joining he and Steve to be a chaplain team for EPD, it was kind of like, okay, this is more like an extension of what things I'm already doing at our church.
People don't realize that as pastors, because they all are pastors from their own churches, it's a full-time job, full-time plus job. And then on top of that, they're here and they're available 24/7 to us. That's a big deal to be able to pick up the phone at any given time and say, I need you. And I can tell you that I have called them personally when I've been at a scene of a domestic dispute or a homicide where you've got the victim family out there, and as I'm trying to manage this chaotic scene where people are crying, they're devastated, their loved ones have just been killed, and how do you provide, how do you help them? And my first phone call is to the chaplains. And sure enough, somehow, even though they don't have police cars, they show up, and they show up pretty quick.
We've coordinated some very, very sensitive things with the chaplains, and they've been very, very influential in assisting and creating positive outcomes for our employees.
Mozanne. I think the police department does a great job for service for our community, and it's a tough job, a lot of stress, so it's nice to be able to support them. I like the fact that I get to hang around with a lot of people that I would never otherwise hang around with. Having lived in Eugene since '83, it's nice to be at a point in my life and career where I can invest in the community differently than I maybe did in my earlier years. It's really great to serve in a church that's very supportive of what I do. I consider it a privilege. I hope it's something I'm a few years away from an official retirement, but it'd be something I can see myself investing more time in down the road. So I think it's something that I'd enjoy doing for years to come.
And of course, we know that that suicide is a big concern for us in our profession. More police officers die as a result of suicide than they die in the hands of violent felons. So what we've done in law enforcement across the country and here in Eugene in particular is that we recognize that. So we put certain things in place to try to provide some support services for our employees.
I see the need, first off, and I see that I can be helpful to officers in just being that person who can confidentially listen to their stories, whether they're having a marriage crisis, whether they're having pressure or even suicidal thoughts. We get to be part of the community, and we just we love our police officers is the bottom line, and we want to see them be successful. And anything we can do to help them, we are all in when it comes to our EPD officers. There are 300 employees here, and so there are a lot of needs here and a lot that can be done.
I mean, for them to come in of their own volition and to give their service for free, I mean, that's just awesome. I mean, it just shows more their compassion for the department and their strength and their great hearts.
My hat's off to them.